Welcome back to JVR Industries. Today we're going to cover how to replace the inlet check valve on your JVR Vac100 chamber vacuum sealer. We're going to go over when it's time to change this part, and we're going to go over the simple process of replacing it. Before you get started, of course, you're going to need your tools. You're going to need a 3mm Allen key, a 14mm wrench, and lastly a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. So it's pretty simple. This task doesn't require that much time. I'd say maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and once again, it's an easy task. So let's go ahead and get into that. Welcome back, guys. So the first question you guys might have is, when should I replace this inlet check valve? And it's actually quite simple. Typically, what this valve is supposed to do is prevent oil from traveling from the pump back through the hoses of the unit. And a good symptom to showcase that your inlet check valve is not doing that job is the vacuum port will start spitting out oil. So you'll oftentimes see some splatter at the back left corner of this chamber. So watch out for that. If you're experiencing this symptom, you likely have a bad inlet check valve. So let's go ahead and go through the process of replacement. Now, of course, make sure you have those special feet we sent you on your unit so you can rotate it easily on your countertop if need be. And remove the 3mm Allen screws here. I already did with my Allen key, and then you can just go ahead and lift up your unit. Now, to replace this, you're going to want to remove this black box next to your inlet check valve with a number 2 Phillips. So let's go ahead and start with that. After all 4 of these screws are removed, we are going to then remove the hose clamp that is at the vacuum hose here that's fixed to the inlet check valve on your vacuum pump. So let's go ahead and finish off this black box first. Okay, now that's removed. The reason why we remove that is so that we can easily rotate this, because this is a threaded valve. So we're going to go ahead and get this hose clamp off. Now, at this point, you're going to need a flathead screwdriver. What we suggest doing is at roughly a 45-degree angle, feed the head of the flathead into that silicone that you see seating the hose onto the inlet check valve, and then you can kind of slowly pry away the hose. Now, we suggest only doing it on the flat sides of this inlet check valve so that you don't cause cracks in your hose. Now, if you do, we would just suggest cutting back the hose. If in this case, say you have this inline vacuum filter installed and you don't have a ton of hose left, maybe consider buying hose before starting this project. Okay, so let's grab that flathead screwdriver. So now that I got this flathead screwdriver, I'm going to go ahead and slowly pry this sucker back. Like I said, at a 45, slowly feed it into the hose, underneath the hose. And that should help break away the silicone. Once you kind of get that silicone broken away, you should be able to get in there and just kind of rotate and pull at the same time on the hose. Just kind of rotating in that cyclical motion, and that should help break that silicone bead on the hose. Sometimes I got to use them in tandem with the flathead. So now that that's removed, we're ready to remove this inlet check valve. To do that, you'll need to get started with a 14mm wrench, and let's go ahead and get that off. Once you get it mostly loose, you can kind of hit it with your hand, take it off from there. and just keep this black box out of the way. Kind of just drop that in, and you can grab your next inlet check valve that you purchased from JVR. The part number is, just in case you didn't know, 100-34. You can just search that in the upper right hand corner of our website. Okay, now that that's ready, we can just take that threaded end and seat it in there and just screw it back in. Now, once that's in there, I just get it as tight as possible by hand, and then you can finish it off with your 14mm. Now you might be wondering about the silicone on the bar end of this inlet check valve. Will you need silicone to reseed this hose? No, you will not. That's just an extra quality measure that we do in-house to ensure that that's not a variable in any failing component at the time of arrival when you purchase a unit. Okay, so let's go ahead, slide this hose right back on. It's a pretty simple process here. And then you're just gonna take this hose clamp, screw it back in, take these black screws, pop this black box back on, run the unit a few times. You're gonna still find some oil was in these hoses, so what we would suggest is pulling these hoses off, maybe clearing them out, or just replacing the hoses entirely, and then run a lot of cycles. I would say 20, you could run 20 of the cleanup cycles just to keep getting that oil out of there. Eventually it will clear itself out. So other than that, you guys should be set. Thanks so much for watching JVR Industries on YouTube. We really appreciate all of our customers subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. And also, please give this video a thumbs up if it helped you out during this process. And give us a thumbs up if you want more content like this. Well, guys, once again, thanks for watching JVR Industries on YouTube. We'll see you guys soon.